So when he speaks, you listen. And so just to have a guy like that to lean on, just to talk to, kind of shoot the crap with. Sorry,
okay. We'll believe
you know what I mean. Just hang out with Tom Brady. I mean, that's just a cool thing, right? He's done a great job with this organization, and so far he's really helping the quarterbacks. He's helping me out. He's a mentor. We talk almost every other day, and just talking about everything from leadership to how to game plan during the week to throwing mechanics. He's just a guy that he's really lending himself to the team.
It's going to help keep Mark Davis at bay a little bit, and we've all heard the stories. Like they have big money ownership there now, and I do think to some degree the stories you heard. Like I remember hearing a story of Josh McDaniels getting screamed at after they won a game. Right?
Is Tom Brady actually really involved with the Raiders for real, in your opinion?
He is involved in everything. Everything. First of all, it's Tom Brady. What does he care about? Nevertheless, have ownership in something and just goes, oh, I want nothing to do with that. Of course, he's involved in this.
Obviously, in his ability to attract other big money guys. Like not a lot of people talk about this, but they brought in Egan Durbin and Mike Meldman and Tom Wagner's his business partner. And those are huge money guys, right? Mm-hmm. Which is part of why they go pay $6 million to get Chip Kelly out of Ohio State. Right? Like I think part of that was symbolic, was like, this is not the same Raiders organization. And I've got a ton of stories from the coaching search where it was like, we're not the same team anymore. So there's that impact.
I think he's informed daily of things that are happening and he has a say. And I think he's in contact with the stars of that team. I say stars, but like outside Max Crosby, right? But when they were going through that coaching search, you think it was just Mark Davis on the phone with these coaches? No, it was him. Ben Johnson took the interview because Tom Brady called him. He didn't want to go there.
But if you're talking about on the field with Brady in particular, I think the impact is the type of player they're bringing in. I think the guys in that organization, Pete Carroll, the new general manager, John Spytek, are in lockstep with him anyway. But I think that there's a certain type of player that Tom wants in the building. And I think those guys know, like, we're going to have, when we go to talk to Tom about who we're acquiring, who we're drafting, who we're signing, who we're trading for, we want to be able to tell him this is your type of guy. And that means a guy who loves football. I think the overarching term is football character.
Tom Brady was at practice today. Have you got a chance to meet him? And if so, what was that like?
I really ain't talked to Tom. Last time I really seen Tom when I caught the interception on him. Everybody that's been around him love him. It's been be able to see the GOAT. Without the game I love, obviously I've been around a great quarterback, so obviously just being around him and knowing what he brings to the game of football means a lot.
He helped with their quarterback evaluation, right? Like, because obviously, who wouldn't want Tom Brady to be involved in that, right?
You would welcome his input, yes, sir.
Like,
yes.
Who wouldn't want him involved?
Tom Brady reportedly endorsed you in the draft.
If it is true, that is very humbling and honoring to know that the best quarterback to ever play the game endorsed me. I think every quarterback from the age of 5 to, the veteran quarterbacks in the league are all still chasing him. If I do have a conversation with him, writing down every single thing that he says, because, it's extremely important for me.
I don't think Tom Brady wants to be embarrassed by saying he's the owner of a team that's going to be a dump. He's going to make sure that it's at least at a level of respectable, at least try to figure out a way to get it there. I don't know if he has that ability to do it.
So he flew in like incognito for a day to sit down with the front office and the coaches to go through quarterbacks and look at quarterbacks on tape and left, and no one knew about it. And my understanding is the reason why is because he knows if he shows up, he takes all the oxygen out of the room.
I'm interested to see how involved Brady is, because I think Brady's done a good job of the perception. I say this as as somebody who brought me and the other Patriot fans 6 rings. We love Tom Brady, but he just seems very spread out all over the place. And the better thing is that he was involved with the Pete Carroll hiring, and whether Pete has 2 decent years left or 5, I don't know, but at least he's a real head coach who has a culture in place and is going to try to make them seem like professionals, which was not the case the last few years.
I don't know. I think you're in denial. I think you just don't want Tom to be associated with a team that's not going to be that good.
I didn't like seeing him in the Raiders stuff the other day.
It was weird, right?
I didn't like it.
I mean, he doesn't want the perception out there that he's lording over everything, but he certainly has an influence on the types of players they're bringing in.